Hey y'all, it's David Ducker coming back at you, and today we're going to be talking about resurrection, about coming back from the other side, back from the dead, baby. So I'm not a big fan of overuse of resurrection, or overuse of anything, in fact. And resurrection is something that is often overused. It should be incredibly dramatic, it should be important. It should be like the most powerful magic in your game, or the most glorious miracle that the gods could call down. So I mean that's pretty much self-evident. Don't overuse it. Make it a big deal. Make it be a big ritual with lots of prayers, incantations, and rare essences and unguents and elements. But I want to talk about it specifically how I have done it in the past. And that is mechanically, cosmologically, what the resurrection is. It's you opening the body up to the spirit world and calling that spirit to come back, to re-enter the body. And sometimes that works, and sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes the spirit wants to come, and sometimes it doesn't want to come. And that's more interesting. If the spirit doesn't want to come back, two things can happen. You can either force it and pull it out of heaven or out of its afterlife that it enjoys or feels it deserves. Maybe he's in hell, but he knows he deserves it and he doesn't want to leave because he is lawful evil, emphasis on the lawful. And when you pull him out of hell, he could be angry at you. If you forcibly remove someone from their just desserts, even if they're foul, bitter dregs, but they know they have to drink it, they could be angry at you, at the world, at the gods. That could be really interesting. You could even just bring in a character and his backstory is that he died and was resurrected against his will. Just meeting this guy, and you're like, what's wrong with that guy? He's a dick. And you're like, oh, he was resurrected. And it's like, he should be so happy he gets a second chance. And I'm like, oh, no. He was in heaven, and he got pulled away from heaven. Perhaps it was like a mad necromancer pulled him out of heaven just to give him another chance to fall down into the mud. Constantine style with Keanu Reeves. I think the dislike button just went off. Oh, Lord, Tony. But, so that's one option. The other option is you open the body up to a soul entering it, and they don't want to come back, and you just leave it open, and it's open, and something else drifts in, something else slips inside, slips through. And we've done that in our campaign where they tried to resurrect a certain individual, and they didn't want to come back, and they didn't, but a demon jumped into that body instead. And that could either be covert, where the demon pretends to be that person, or overt, where the demon mutates the body into a soldier demon and starts attacking everyone at the ceremony. The 90-year-old priest gets a bionic elbow right into his nugget, and his brain pan explodes all over the front row, and the demon is coming at them, Samoan style. It starts eating his brains out and gurgitating them, just eating and then vomiting and then eating it again. And, it might not be a big threat other than the 90-year-old man, but it could be intensely traumatic. If you're at church and you expect a miracle and the exact opposite happens, how upset, would that shake your faith? Would it shake the faith of an important NPC? Or maybe the demon is a threat. It's like a big Baylor, or it's a 6-armed Marilith with a snake tail spraying venom out of its mouth and stinging people. It's got a scorpion sting on the end of its tail, and 6 infernal pitchforks, and it gouges, it just starts cutting its way through the congregation. So that can be great. Now, it doesn't have to be a demon, though. It could be an entity from the spirit world, like an elemental. It could be someone else's ghost that comes into this body. It could be a clip-off, a Cthulhuoid monstrosity from the far realms. It could be a fairy playing a prank on everyone, a fae from the unseelie court, perhaps. It could be an angel. I mean, in some campaigns, having an angel show up, I mean, that would be, to some people, even better than the resurrection just working. It's like we wanted this paladin back, but instead we got an angel. That's awesome. And you get to role play all the, an angel. Oh, that's a great challenge. Or an angel could be a really bad thing. The angel is like the paragon. Like they will never compromise what is good. And sometimes that causes problems. If we have a treaty with the drow and we leave each other alone, then the angel shows up and says, oh no, we must scourge the drow. We must convert the drow. And you're like, the drow, like they're really dangerous. And I mean, they are doing horrible things, but they're doing horrible things way over there. And we've got an agreement not to bother each other. We've signed this agreement, angel. You want us to break our word? And the angel might be like, you cannot have a bond of trust with those who do not trust in the gods. And you're like, oh shit, son. And you end up at war with the drow. And that could be the whole campaign right there. But those are just some ideas, how we're doing resurrection, how you should be doing resurrection. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until I see you again, good day and good game.